Hi, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome again to Irene Oirimo Musembi YouTube channel. I'm delighted to have you around. The last time I did another video, I did a video on FGM and teenage pregnancy. I got a lot of good feedback from my friends, and I said thank you for watching my videos. I feel happy when I know very well what I am doing, it's making an impact to people. So I say thank you so much. And this is where you meet Irene Wairimo Musembi, where you get motivation, you get encouragement, you get empowered, inspired, and teaching and training the word of God. So I'm so delighted to have you around. Today I want to talk about children's security and safety during elections, campaign and election period. Children's safety and security. The upcoming 2022 general elections will shape the future of Kenya at a critical point in history. This is a time where we have transition period, and this is a time that everyone is out there, especially those who are vying. They're out there getting the supporters, getting people to support them. Today, our country is coming, it's actually emerging from COVID-19, the shadow of COVID-19 pandemic, but it is now facing new challenges over the cost of living, global food supplies, drought, and climate change. So everyone is being affected. This is a time where we are experiencing high food prices, we are experiencing high fuel prices and oil prices, and it's unfortunate. Most of the Kenyans today, they are going to bed without food. People are facing serious drought in the country. So we are experiencing different issues, and more so these issues, they are affecting our children. We know very well, all of us minors do not vote, children do not vote, but if they did, they would be looking at critical issues that affect them now and their life chances in the future. So they do not vote. We all know that minors do not vote, but if they were given a chance to vote, they would be looking at things which will affect them the now and the future, right now and the future. Parents vote, and also other eligible siblings, family and community members do vote. So when we think about voting, we'll be voting on 9th of August, isn't it? Yes, we'll be voting on 9th of August. But what I'm saying is this: during this time of campaign period and election, it is critical for children, because there's one thing we want everyone to understand, that we need peace, we need our security, we need our safety. We all know that children have rights. They have a right to shelter, right to education, right to food, right to safety. I know the other day there was bill that was signed. You can as well go to the website, you check on the new bill, children bill. You can also, which has replaced the 2001 Children Act. So you can go and check on that and see what it's talking about children. And we cannot leave out children out of elections, as elections do not leave out children. I'm saying this: we cannot leave children out of elections, as elections do not leave out children. So children are exposed to various political activities on television and other media platforms, on social media, everywhere. Children are affected. They are exposed to this, and children feel more secure in a peaceful environment, and the constitution, our constitution, treats children as marginalized, in need of protection. They are treated as marginalized, and they need protection. They should be protected during this critical time. They should be protected during this critical period in our country. So the upcoming election, during this campaign time and election, they need to be protected, and it is critical for children. The upholding children rights in this political season requires a multifaceted approach. It requires a good approach, sensitization of the public, the impact on children, especially during this time. We need to sensitize the community, the politicians, to look out for children rights and how we can protect them. Parents, we know very well, they vote. I'm calling upon all political parties and candidates to prioritize children's issues, and also for voting public to carefully consider the key issues being debated and their impact on children in Kenya. I know we have so many debates. Politicians are talking. Everyone is talking. Are you sensitive with the kind of language you are using during this time? Because children are exposed to media, social media, they are exposed to television, they are exposed to radio. Are we sensitive as adults? Politicians, are you sensitive that whatever you are saying, whatever you are talking about will affect these children? And let me tell you, children will see, they will copy what we are doing. In most cases, we think by talking to them, they'll listen more. But it is proven that children imitate, emulate so much more than they listen. So whatever you are doing during your campaign, the activities you are carrying on during your campaign, know that our children are watching. So this is the high time, whenever we are doing our activities as adults, we think about our children and their impact our words will have to these young minds. So how can we assist our children during this critical time period? One, first and foremost, they are not supposed to go for campaigns. Parents, even if you are supporting a certain candidate, it is against the law to go with your children for campaigns. Taking your children for campaigns, they are there the whole day, they are hungry, and a hot sun, good enough nowadays. We are in a good month, there's no sun, but it is against. Children are not supposed to go for campaigns. They are not supposed to follow campaign trails and listen to these children. You are not supposed to follow the campaign vehicles, yeah, being put in these vehicles, pickups, lorries, to go for those meetings. You are not supposed to do that. They are not supposed to be exposed also to violence. We need a good environment. They need a good environment for them to live. And whatever we are saying, our discussions, our debates, we should be very careful, both parents and guardians, and even our politicians, community as large. We should be very careful on how we are talking about each other, how we are exposing each other, the kind of language we are using when we are having this debate. Because if our children are exposed to this, they'll develop fear, by the way, if you're not aware. Let me tell you this. During campaigns period, we should not allow our children to get involved in any form of campaigns. We shouldn't involve our children to be involved in any form of a campaign, including distributing posters. That should not happen. One time when my boys were growing up, when they were very small, I was coming from work and I met one of my boys distributing posters for a certain candidate. Those days I was in Easterns, and I was like, nowadays you've become a politician. You're supporting this candidate. Why? Then he told me, I met some guys who gave me these papers to start to distribute to people. And you know that's a form of child abuse. You are not supposed to give children these pamphlets, the posters to distribute on your behalf. So even the agents of politicians, You should desist from doing that. Parents and guardians should resist children's access to rallies and all manner of elections related protests and media that broadcast violence. We should not even listen to media houses those who are exposing our children to violence. So media should abide by their policies and guidelines. I'm also talking to the media that they should abide to their policies and guidelines, which reflects an understanding that children can be harmed but by what they see and what they hear. Their context should have due regard to their young minds. So even the media houses, it's my humble appeal that you should even think anytime you are airing some information, please take care of what you are airing and how the same can affect our children. The other day I saw a very serious accident, deadly accident along Express Highway, and how it was aired. It was just so raw. You know, the real issue, the real accident. It was just exposed to a point that I was not able even to watch that clip. I had to switch on to another one. If an adult can be affected by information, what about by what they are seeing, by what we are watching? What about the young minds of our children? So, media houses, be careful on what we are doing. Sometimes children are put on top of the cabins of speeding vehicles among the long convoys around towns and villages in support of candidates, which I've said it's a no. And this time round, we have loudspeakers. These vehicles, they are loudspeakers which have been put in the vehicles mounted there, and they are moving all over. Some of them are going through schools, making a lot of noise in disregard to the learning students who are in these schools. Excuse me, please, as you move around, calling upon your supporters or attracting supporters, be sensitive about the education, the welfare of our children, because our children right now, they are in school, so take care of them. And sometimes they are placed at the back of trucks and trucks, and in case of an incident, they can lose their lives. Sometimes they are put in trucks, and in case of an accident, these children can lose their lives, and more so the boy child. This is a high time we protect, as parents, as guardians, as the community at large. We protect our children. Our children need safety. Our children need security and peaceful environment during campaign time, and also during election and after election. So do not take your children to for campaign rallies, parents and guardians. Be careful on that. And it is actually an acceptable treatment. It is an acceptable treatment for children. And this direct abuse of children, if you're not aware, those loudspeakers I think I have talked about, be considerate. They completely disregard the educational well-being of vulnerable children. And I've said children are treated by the constitutional by our constitution as marginalized or vulnerable. So sometimes when you are moving about, the politicians in high music, there's a lot of dancing all over, tracks all over the campaign trails, making a lot of noise next to our schools. That one, you are disregarding the right to education of our children. They need a peaceful environment. So children need safe environment and security during campaign times, during campaign time, during election day, and even after that. We desist from divisive political argument. Let's be careful on those divisive political arguments, and more so parents, as even if you are supporting which candidate, be careful on what you are talking about, on what you are saying about other candidates, because our children are listening and they are watching how we are treating each other And by the way, it is about our future generation. I'm here to speak on behalf of the vulnerable children who cannot speak on their own. And I'm saying this, take care of our children during this time of election and even after election. It is paramount that we take care of them. My call is for the children in Kenya to be, the children's rights in Kenya to be taken seriously. They matter so much. They have rights, and we must engage meaningfully in our political arena. I know politics at this time is very critical, and I say yes, and I'm calling upon all candidates, all the way from the presidential candidates down to the MCA, everyone. I'm calling upon you that you, as you do your politics, as you move around during your campaign, think about the welfare of our children now, their now and their future, because it is it's very critical. And I'm saying this, they need a peaceful environment. They need peaceful environment. And let's engage in meaningful discussions, meaningful debates that do not hurt the young minds of our nation, the young mind of our children. And at the end of the day, we'll have a very peaceful election. So it is our collective responsibility to build a Kenya where every girl, every boy is nurtured, loved, and supported to fulfill their dreams in a safe environment. And we resist from any form of violence during campaign time. And children, when you are playing outside there and you experience some form of commotion, go back to your homes, run to safety in your homes. And I'm saying this, it is the responsibility of the nation, even the government, to ensure our children have safe environment during this time and even after elections. And by the way, let me tell you, there is life after elections. There is life after elections. This life after campaign. So I am talking to everyone, the community at large, to the agents of politicians, to the politicians, to our parents, to our guardians, that we need, our children need safety and security during this campaign time and during elections and thereafter. What am I saying? The best gift that we can give to our children is peaceful campaign and election, and thereafter peaceful country after election. So the best gift you can give to every Kenyan boy, to every Kenyan girl, it's peaceful election. And I'm saying this, that it is the responsibility of parents, of guardians, of the teachers, of the community at large, the government. We can't leave the government in this conversation, and politicians and agents of politicians, that children need safety and security during this time. So it is my prayer that we shall have peaceful election, and more so, we shall give our children the best gift of peaceful campaigns and elections. And we say no to any form of violence. And I'm happy to know that our religious leaders are coming out strong and saying no to any form of manifesto that want to bring some immoral aspects among our youth and children. And I'm saying this, you have responsibility as religious leaders to stand with our children. What am I saying? We need peaceful elections. We need peaceful campaigns. We need peace during the time of election and after. Our children do not vote, but if they were given an opportunity to vote, do you know what they would say? this, that we need peace during this time and thereafter. And more so, they would make a decision based on their now and their future. May God bless you so much. This is Irene Wairimu Musembi YouTube channel. I am a Sunday school teacher and I love talking about children when I'm not teaching them. May God bless you so much. Shalom. Bye.